Hello everyone, how's it going? Sieg here with episode 6 of Lord of the Rings Minecraft. Yeah, it's raining really heavily outside. I thought I'd just let you know. I'm going out later and I am gonna get soaked. Like, I don't even have a raincoat, so that's not good. Yeah, let's start off by saying, last episode at the end I said that I was gonna switch up the minimap from Ray's minimap to map writer for convenience of being able to teleport back to home base when we go exploring. So one of the first things I did when I installed it, if I open up the big map here, zoom in, this is our biome where we live. And you can see here, this is a little home waypoint I've set, and there's me there in the mine. Okay, so one of the first things I did was run around, because like I said, you can see here all this blackness. The first thing I did was run all the way around this biome. You can see the farm there in the Shire. Run all the way around and reveal this map, reveal the whole biome in which I live in, which took about half an hour to 40 minutes to do. Running up and down all and over the rivers, and it took quite a while, to be fair. It's quite a large area. And then, after I revealed that much, I decided let's go exploring a bit and see if I can find a dwarven biome for the next episode. So I started heading off in this direction, more west if you consider that to be north. Headed off in this direction and I hit more Shire, and you can see where the biomes have messed up here. Now I'd just like to note, now my map is screwed up, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. Before I forgot to mention in the last episode that I had upgraded from version 12.2 to 13.1 because the developer of this mod pack is updating the mod roughly once every month. And I've been playing this mod pack for about 3 weeks, went onto their wiki website and found that there was a new version. So I installed it. Thought nothing about it. I didn't bother to read through what had been updated. I just thought I'd, play it by ear. So anyway, I goes exploring in this direction. As you can see, all of this is Shire. Shire, Shire, Shire. And bear in mind, if it took me 30 minutes, 40 minutes to run round this area, if you follow my cursor, just think how long it took me to run all of this distance in a straight line. Shire, Shire. So I changed direction here, started going up. Shire, 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 Shire. Eventually I gave up and teleported my way back to this waypoint here. And I figured, what is going on? And I thought it was funny how if you look here, it's Shire all the way around. And you've got these really straight-edged biomes where the map's screwed up. So I looked into it, further information, and found out that in 12.2, which I was running previously, it was randomly generating biomes. So wherever you run to new unrevealed map, it would randomly generate something different. So you've got all these different biomes around where I am. Now he's updated to making an actual preset map. So if I exit this and go to L, if you remember in the first episode when I pressed L, you would get the options, capes and achievements menu. Now you have a map menu, and if I zoom out here, it shows you Middle Earth and your position in it. Now this is like supposed to resemble the original map that the writer of Lord of the Rings drew in his books. So this is the Shire. You can see wherever I hover my cursor, it'll tell you in the little black box at the bottom your coordinates and the name of the biome or the place. So this is the Shire, and there's my little face in the middle of the Shire. The biomes are huge, like ridiculously huge. And what's happened is, the reason why my map's screwed up is because now he's added this feature. When you load a new map now in this mod pack, you load here in Middle Earth, and you always start in the Shire. And all of these biomes are so instead of like when you run to unrevealed map, you randomly generate any biome out of the mod pack, Now, it's literally you have to go in these specific directions to get to each biome. All of these biomes are pre-set out and laid out to resemble Middle Earth. So, because anybody who had started out with the mod pack previously would have the randomly generated biomes, such as what I had before, and now that I've updated the map or the mod pack, it's sort of stuck my previously generated map on top of the new map, which is already laid out to be. So literally all this dark area around here, this is all Shire. And you can see my map has just been slapped on the top of it. So what it's done is, when I've updated, it's made the map preset to Middle Earth, and then stuck my map on the top of it, which I've already previously generated in previous episodes. So yeah, it's screwed up. There's two ways you can fix this. One, if you're very talented and pretty good with map editor or Minecraft editor, you could go into your map save, and you could generate a new map, and then cut your base out and paste it over the top, so that you haven't got all these randomly generated biomes. You just, whatever you've already previously built, like my base here, you could paste it into the map. But this is quite hard to do, especially with underground structures such as the mine and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be able to do that, I don't think. I'm not even going to attempt it. The other one is you start again from scratch, generate a new world and start over again from scratch with just spawning in the Shire, as you should do, and then you have to travel to each of the biomes that you actually want to build a base in, there's Lothlorien, which is where I would like to build. Or the third option is you just lump it, which is what I'm going to do, because I know I don't want to start again from scratch. I know I haven't got a lot of recorded footage for you guys to watch already. This is only the sixth episode, and they're only about 20 to 30 minutes long. But I have actually put a lot more hours than that into this Let's Play series off camera. Mining and building and lots of stuff I've done off camera between episodes recording has actually been done. I've put hours and hours and hours into this, and I don't really want to have to start again from scratch. I mean, it's just going to be pointless. So I think we're just going to lump it. We're actually in the Shire, but we've got Lothlorien here in the middle of the Shire. And then, just to clarify, what I had actually previously, generated with, what I'd actually previously generated with the old version of the mod pack, I kind of cheated just to find out what extent of damage I've caused to this. I kicked it over into creative mode, and I used the teleport function of this map writer to reveal all of the map. So if we go over here, see that point there, that's the ring portal. That's where I came into this Middle Earth when I first started in the first episode. Now, if you remember in the first episode, I ran for hours and hours and hours to find Lothlorien, and then I died, and I went looking in the opposite direction to see if I could generate that same biome in a quicker fashion. So the first time I ran upwards, it seems, and I just came, and you see all of these biomes just randomly generated next to each other. And you can see the edge here. This is my line of vision. Where I, if I was in the middle here, this is as far as I can see on whatever render distance I'm set to. And then obviously off to the sides is the new generated map, which is the Shire. So you go all the way up here, all the way up here. There's Mordor. Keep going, a little bit more Mordor. And I sort of gave up once I got to here, because I remember it took me hours to find it in the first episode. This is via running. This I've been using teleport to do. And I just gave up looking for it because I thought, well, it could be way off. I mean, even teleporting this took me a while to do. So you can see here where I've just teleported there and it's generated that much map. And yeah, it just shows the scale of the biomes he's made in this this new update, which I'll get onto in a second. Now, I didn't actually see this little bit here. The first time I died, I actually went past, like, if I was in the middle there, I didn't actually see that bit. And I just kept going and going and going. And eventually I found something up here, got killed, started again from the ring portal. And with the ring portal, I ran down in this direction. You can actually see my, you know, where the direction I went in. You can actually see it on top of the map. As I'm running down here, along here. And I remember coming to this from this direction where my farm is in the Shire. I remember coming up from the south end. So I obviously went up here, along here. And you can see this section in the middle, what that's been cut out in the middle, that's Shire underneath. So obviously I didn't reveal that bit. I've gone round in a circle. So I've gone along here, down here, round, sort of maybe revealed this bit, and then gone back again, and oh, I found Lothlorien, and I started going up, and that's when I started the first episode of saying I've arrived here, blah, 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 blah. And then I started building. So, yeah, first time went that direction, died. Second time went in this direction, went round in a circle, and came to where we are now. So, yeah, this just shows the scale. If that took me hours of running to get Slight to say here, and hours of running to get to the other one up here somewhere, all of everything, this is all being pasted over the top of the new map. And all of that map is Shire. So a lot of people have complained about the scale of the map is too big. In survival, if you weren't willing to use cheats like this map right away, you can just teleport. People don't like to use things like that. They'd rather do it fully survival, by foot. To run up and down, you know, hilly terrain, over... swimming over rivers and lakes and stuff, to actually get, like, if we exit this, out of the Shire took me, like, if you look now, where it says, like, minus 500, minus 100, I'm very close to the portal there, yeah? If that was 0, like, X0, Z0, that would mean that's the ring portal where I came in, and then for every one, it goes, there we go, X0. Then if I move the cursor down a bit, it goes to X128. That's 128 blocks I've travelled. So just from the ring portal to the edge of the Shire is 10,000 blocks. That's crazy. So that's just to get out of the Shire. So from the ring portal to Lothlorien is 53,000 blocks. And then to get to Mordor is 86,000 blocks. I mean, to actually run that on foot is just ludicrous. That's crazy. It's just not even going to happen. I mean, I'm sure it will happen, but it would take you forever. And to actually survive as well, if you're going through, obviously in the, pull up the map again, in the Shire, there's no enemies spawn. Once you get into biomes that do spawn enemies, to actually survive that length of distance, I actually did a test on, I made a new map in creative mode, and I just flew in a straight line from the ring portal, wherever I spawned in the Shire, which is roughly in the middle, all the way to the edge just to get out of the Shire. It took me at least 30 minutes, but that was flying at a very high height over all of the terrain. To actually run that on foot would probably have took 3 times longer just to get out of the Shire. And then you think how much distance you've got to travel just to get to, say, Mordor or wherever you want to go. So, yeah, I looked it up on their Facebook page, and the developer did a questions and answers about this. And in one of the questions, people were asking, are you going to change the scale of the biomes because they're too big? And the developer said, no. I'm not going to change the scale of the biomes. I'm going to leave them as they are, because he encourages people to make servers from this mod pack. Lord of the Rings servers where people can play together, because he's thinking about adding quests in the future, and these quests like are going to be long-running quests. You know, they could take you a long time to do, to complete, to get rewards from. And he encourages, you know, people to play on servers together, to make alignments, and then you can have wars. So like if you're on Mordor's side, you'd be minus alignment, you would be fighting against the people who are, you know, plus alignment. And he says that if the set out map of Middle Earth biomes being too small, if you had a big server of say 1,000 to 2,000 people playing, it ain't gonna work, because if the biomes are too small and say, I don't know, 500 people out of 1,000 people all want to be in, say, the Shire. If you made the Shire too small, and that was the only part of the like Shire in the Middle Earth map, because obviously it doesn't randomly generate any biomes anymore, so that's the only Shire you can find in the whole world. You know, if it was too small, people would be too cramped. They couldn't build bases apart from each other. Like, if you had, you know, you wanted to build a huge epic base, you wouldn't be able to do it if everybody's cramped up close to it. So I understand where he's coming from. If you wanted to build a big epic server out of this mod pack, the map needs to be very large to accommodate for all the people that will be playing. And also, it's something to do with the quests as well. I think he's planning... Roughly, it was pretty vague on what he's doing with the quests, but I'm guessing he's going to have NPCs that give you quests and send you on quests, and then you get rewards at the end. And if the scale of the map is too small, they're going to be really easy to complete. If they're really big scale maps, it's going to take you longer to find all of the stuff for the quests, to run from one NPC to the other, and it's going to make really long quests. It's going to keep the gameplay interesting and keep you going with it, so that you don't get bored really quickly. So I understand where he's coming from, but a lot of people have complained for survival reasons. It's going to be really hard to travel from one biome to the other in survival without using teleport cheats on foot. It's just, you know, if you're plus alignment and you want to fight the orcs in Mordor, to get from, you always start in the Shire, so to get from the Shire to the Mordor, it's just going to be such a haul. Pardon me, but he is implementing a quick travel system like the Eagles, but apparently to use that, it's going to be, and this is going to come out in a later update, you'll only be able to use the Eagles to quickly travel from one biome to the other to biomes that you've already revealed. So when you travel to a new biome, you get an achievement to say that you've reached that biome, and then to be able to actually travel to that biome, I'm guessing you'd have to have that achievement to say that you've got there previously, and then because you've previously been there, you'll be able to use the Eagles to get there. So it's not going to work very well for the first initial time that you want to get there. If you wanted to fast travel to Mordor, you've still got to get there by foot first. You're only going to be able to use the quick travel system to get there and back afterwards, you know, after you've already been there before. So yeah, a lot of people are now saying that the only real reasonable way to get around this map is to use the teleport cheat. People don't want to use it if they're playing survival, but some people say it's the only way you can get there realistically. I mean, who has the time to run for hours? And I mean hours in real time. You know, like, it could literally take hours of real-time running just to get from the Shire to Mordor. And some people don't have that kind of time just to get there, kill a few monsters and do a bit of looting, which could probably take 15 minutes to fill your inventory, and then you got to run all the way back again to your base. It's just not realistic for people who don't have a lot of time. Like myself, I want to make this YouTube series, but I also work, and I work like 10, 11-hour shifts at a time, and then I've also got, you know, chores to do around my house, and I just don't have time to just run around all day doing nothing, because literally while you're running, you're not actually playing, you're not building, you're not mining, you're not adventure. You're just running in a straight line. That's all you're going to be doing. So I am going to take advantage of the fact that I've already previously generated quite a lot of biomes. What I plan on doing is, like, when he releases more updates in the future, and things like, let me think, things like the quests, for example. If he says that to do a certain quest, the NPC for the quest is going to be, say, in Mirkwood Corrupted biome, the only way you can get that quest is by getting to that specific place in that biome to receive that quest, and then you have to do the quest around whatever it intends you to do to get that reward. Then we will obviously use this this set out Middle-earth map. But until that happens, I think I'm just going to use these previously generated biomes I've already generated in the old update. So usually, see how it's telling me what biome I'm in right now because I'm in that biome. If I go over to another one, it'll just say cursor. But if I actually teleported or ran to that place, it would then tell me what biome it is. And I think we were on about getting to the Dwarven biome so we can get the Dwarven Forge so that I can smelt my mithril. That's Iron Hills, which I believe is this one here. Because when I was travelling around and teleporting and revealing this map, I remember it saying this was Iron Hills. These blocks are the mines that I've inspired my mine from, which is like a rooftop thing that you go inside and then you go down a shaft in the middle. And then that one there is like a huge tower, Dwarven Tower, and it's got different floors of all the dwarves live in that place. And I'm guessing that's where we'll find the forge. So yeah, we need to get to that place next, whenever I plan to do that. And like I said before, I mean, that's in a realistic way. Like, if I was to do that, let me see where is Iron Hills? There we go. That little sort of fleshy coloured bit on the map there, that's Iron Hills. That's where the dwarves are. So I would have to run that kind of distance, you know, pretty much the entire length of the map of Middle-earth just to get there. And that would take hours and hours of time that I just don't have. So I'm going to take advantage of the fact that in the last update, I've actually already generated some Iron Hills there. It's not a lot, but you think how big that is to me. That's still a fair big size. I mean, I know it's messed up where it sort of joins Iron Hills to the Shire. You know, all these jagged, straight edges. It looks stupid, but when you're in the middle of this biome, you're not going to see it. My render distance isn't that far, and you're just not going to see it. It's not going to ruin the effect of the game, I don't think. So I'm not worried about that. But yeah, that's in a realistic distance to run. You know, if it took me 30 minutes to run around this, it probably, in a straight line across there, it's probably going to be another 30 minutes. So it's going to take me 30 minutes to run there, and then I can just use the teleport function to get back. Or we could run back. Whatever. So that's a lot more realistic to me. It makes more sense. No offense to the developer, I just think the scale of the biomes is too big for single-player survival. I understand where you're coming from for multiplayer servers, but for single-player survival, it's just too big. I know you're trying to make it realistic to, you know, if Middle-earth was real, and like in the films and stuff, they travelled for months and months and months. But this is a game, and game's supposed to be fun, and to have to run for hours and hours just to get to where you want to be before you can actually do anything in that place is just crazy for a game, because people don't have that kind of time. So for single player survival, it's not realistic. So I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I've already got them pre-loaded, like the Mordor as well. You know, it's a lot more realistic to run that distance than to run, you know, all the way to Mordor. So I've shown you in this map how many blocks. You can see 86,000 blocks away. But I did actually teleport there and set a waypoint. So now I'm going to zoom out slightly, And I'm going to drag the map until we get there. And you can see it down here. There we go, Mordor. 108,000 blocks away, because that was pretty much in the middle of the biome. So I'm now going to drag the map, and you will see if it takes me, there's my little cursor, if it takes me 30 minutes to run round that much biome, just imagine how long it'll take to run in a straight line in this direction all the way to Mordor for the amount of map I'm going to scroll. So we're scrolling, still going, still going, still scrolling, 27, 29, 32, 37,000, remember 108,000 to get there, and look how fast I'm scrolling, 51,000, 60,000, 72,000. I mean, this is just ridiculous. 86,000, 87. Good lord. Okay, 102,000, we're getting closer. There we go. So if I was to teleport there now, I would be in roughly in the middle of the Mordor biome on the Middle-earth map. And that's 108,000 blocks away. I mean, that's an insane amount of distance to run in real time without teleporting. Like I said, if it took me 30 minutes just to run around my biome where I'm building my base, can you imagine how long it would take me to have ran that distance? And that's zoomed out. That's pretty zoomed out. Like, if I went back, if I zoom right out, I can get there a lot quicker, look. See, that's a lot faster. But when you zoomed in, it actually shows you a better scale. And, you know, you've seen how long it takes me just to get from there to there. That's an insane amount of distance to run, so... yeah. That's something I'm not really looking forward to doing. And like I said, I am definitely going to take advantage. Why are you bringing your horse down here? What are you doing? So yeah, I'm definitely going to take advantage of the fact that I've already pre-spawned some of these. So I'm actually glad, to be honest, that I've actually, you know, started making this series in the old update. Because had I started this series in this update, in 13.1... I would be in the middle of the Shire right now, and I'd probably still be running just to get to Lothlorien, where we can start building our base. I mean, it probably would have took me 6 episodes just to get there. Never mind all of the progress I've already made. So, see, that's silly. You nearly broke your neck trying to get out of it. Stupid. So, sorry this episode has just been me rambling on about, you know, the update, but I thought it was... you know, crucial for me to explain why the map's, because, you know, why the map's messed up. Because if I hadn't, for people who maybe start watching this series at, you know, from episode 7, for example, they're going to look at my map and think, what the flip is going on? Like, especially if they've started playing the mod themselves from 13.1, they'd be like, why have you got Lothlorien and all these different biomes spawned inside the Shire when you're still in the Shire? They wouldn't understand what's going on. So I'm just explaining for those of you who aren't familiar with the mod pack itself. For those of you who've already been playing the mod pack, you'd understand this. You'd know that from if you started playing in a later version, like I did, 12.2, you would have the same problem as me. Everything you've already built, you know, you'd either everything that you've already revealed on the map, you either live with what you've got now on top of the, you know, what the developer has done with Middle-earth map in the new update, or you start again from scratch. You'd have to regenerate a completely new world, and you would lose all your base, all your materials, everything. You'd be back to square one. So you guys would understand if you're already, you know, in the same boat as me. So yeah, this is just an update explaining what's happened to my map, the reason why it's screwed up. and we'll actually get back to playing the game and doing some interesting things in the next episode. So I do apologise for me just rambling on, but that's the reason why, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Look after yourselves. Bye bye for now.